How's it going, guys? Chips here with you again, back with another Ark Let's Build video, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to build this swamp cabin that you're seeing in front of you now. And I based this build off of a few different pictures of swamp structures that I found online. However, guys, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to use this in the swamp. This could also work in really any scenario. You can see it comes with a wraparound patio and also a dock that reaches out into the water a little bit. But anyways, guys, we're about to get started. I'm going to show you step by step with some real easy to follow along instructions how to get this built in your Ark. So guys, just want to tell you thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for checking out the video, and let's get to building. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is lay down our foundation. So we're going to start off with a row of 6 wooden foundations. So just make a straight line of 6 foundations. Alright, now that we have that, we're going to come in front of it and place 6 more. So one more row of 6 here in front. And then I'm going to go behind it and add 2 more rows of 6. Now the end goal of this, guys, is to get a 4x6 wooden foundation that is coming right up along the edge of the water so that you can't place any more foundations in the water. So you can see mine there goes right up to the edge of the water. I cannot place any more foundations back there. That's what you want. We're going to add 2 more here on the front left corner. And then we're going to add 2 more here on the front right corner as well, leaving this kind of 1x2 gap there in the middle. Then we're going to come to the front right corner, and we're just going to extend this out a few. This is going to be kind of our entry walkway, so you can extend this out as many as you want. I think I'm just going to do probably 3. I think that looks good enough. But that makes up the base of our foundation. Next, we're going to do the dock on the back. Alright, so on the middle of the back, we're going to come in here to the middle 2 foundations, and we're going to snap a wood ceiling on each of those foundations. Then we'll add another 2 wood ceilings here on those to get 4. Then we're going to come over to this side, and we're going to just use a wooden fence foundation between the ceiling and the foundation to fill in that gap. Now, there is a method where you can drop the ceilings down. However, I think it's just quicker and easier for a build like this to just use those fence foundations to fill it in. Come back to the other side of our ceilings and add fence foundations on the end of each of these as well. So one here and one here. And then we're going to go ahead and snap wood pillars on the ends down into the water and into the ground to give us foundation support. Now, how many pillars you're going to need for this part just depends on how deep the water you're building out into is. But once you have that placed, we should now have foundation support. So we're going to add 4 more ceilings here. And then we will again place fence foundations on the end of them. And again, we will snap pillars to the corners and bring them down to the ground to give us foundation support, as well as the look of our build. Now from here, you can continue to build out the dock as far as you want it using this method. I think I'm good with this right here, so we're going to go ahead and move on from here. Alright, back on the front of our build in this little gap, we're going to go ahead and snap wooden fence foundations on the front of these 2 middle foundations. Then in the right corner, we're going to add a wooden pillar here, and that is going to allow us to now snap another wooden foundation kind of halfway through the foundations that we already have placed. So place one there in the middle, add another one here on the left of it, and then go ahead and pick up our pillar and add another foundation on the right of it. Once you have those placed kind of crossing into our original foundations, you can go ahead and add 2 pillars back in that right corner, add 3 pillars down the middle, and then place 2 pillars over here on the left corner. We're now going to head to the back of our build, and we're going to use a wooden foundation to highlight and help us count in 2 foundations. So if we get it out, you can see there's 1 and there's 2. So from here, we are now going to snap a wooden fence foundation here, and also in the next spot to the right here, right there in the middle again with where those pillars are in the middle. Now we're going to snap 3 wooden pillars on top of the left one. We're going to snap 4 wooden pillars here in the middle. And then we will again snap 3 wooden pillars on the right snap point. Starting on the back, we're going to go around and build up our walls. So to the left of the left pillar, we're going to add 2 wooden walls and the appropriate sloped wooden wall. Next, we're going to add 3 wooden walls and the appropriate sloped wooden wall here. We will repeat this on the other side. We will add 3 wooden walls here and the appropriate sloped wooden wall on top, and then 2 wooden walls and the appropriate sloped wooden wall in the next spot. On to the next side, we're going to make a row of 3 wooden walls across the bottom. And then we're going to place a wooden wall, wooden window frame, and wooden wall on top of those. At the front, we are going to add a wooden wall, wooden window frame, and then the appropriate sloped wooden wall in that spot. Here we are going to place 2 wooden double door frames, followed by a thatch wall on top of those. Now that is only going to be temporary. We are going to be replacing it later, and then the appropriate sloped wooden wall on top of that. And in the next spot, we will do the same thing. 2 wooden double door frames on top of each other, a thatch wall, and then the appropriate sloped wooden wall on top of that. And then in the last spot, we will again place a wooden wall, wooden window frame, and the appropriate sloped wooden wall on top of that. On this side, we will again place a row of 3 wooden walls across the bottom, and then a wooden wall, wooden window frame, and wooden wall on top of those. Alright, now inside our build, that's the front of the build right there. So we're going to come over here and place 3 high wooden walls here. Then we're going to add a wooden wall, wooden double door frame, wooden wall, and appropriate sloped wooden wall in this spot here. We'll do the same thing in the next spot, a wooden wall, wooden double door frame, wooden wall, and appropriate sloped wooden wall. And then we'll go ahead, come in here and turn around, and we'll place 3 wooden walls again in this spot right here. Now inside, we're going to build up our floor, so head to the back right corner of our build on the inside and add a wooden hatch frame here. Then kind of come underneath of it. It's just the easiest way to place it. We're going to add a wooden ladder so that you can still climb up it. So there we go, that's good. And then of course, fill that in with a wooden trap door. And then we're just going to go around and fill in the rest of this level with wooden ceilings. Back at the front, we're going to head inside to the second wooden double door frames that we placed here, and we're going to add wooden double doors inside of both of those. We will then place a wooden staircase at the front of each of those. And then we will also snap wooden stairs to those 3 kind of intersected foundations that we placed here in this front gap. Next, just go ahead and fill in the roof with sloped thatch roofs. Now, starting on either the right or left side of our build, we're going to head in here, and to the right of our window frame, we are going to place a thatch ceiling, and that will allow us to then snap a thatch sloped roof like so. So go ahead and pick up that thatch ceiling, and then we're going to go ahead and place the appropriate sloped wooden wall under each side of that sloped roof. And then we will just use wooden double door frames underneath of that to then create kind of a support system for this overhang that we're creating on each side. So once you have that done, go ahead to the other side of the build and do the same thing. Back at the front, we are going to come in here to the thatch walls that we placed, and for now, we are going to be replacing them with the appropriate sloped thatch wall for each side. So place one there, and place one here, and this will now allow us to snap a sloped thatch roof like this to kind of create a little bit of an overhang here on the front as well. Once you have those roofs placed, you can now go in here and replace those sloped thatch walls with wooden walls. So place a wooden wall in each of these spots. We are now going to go around our balcony and our walkway area and add some pillars. So first, here on the right, place a wooden fence foundation on this foundation here, and go ahead and snap a wooden pillar on the end of each side of it. Place another wooden fence foundation on the next foundation over right here, and place another wooden pillar on the end of that one as well. Now come to the front of our little walkway here, add a fence foundation on the end, and place a pillar on each end of that. Now come over here to the left side, add a wooden fence foundation on each of these foundations, and snap 3 wooden pillars across here. So we have that on the front. We're going to head to the back now. Here in this corner, we're going to place a fence foundation here and snap a wooden pillar here on the corner. We'll place another fence foundation in this next spot and snap a pillar in that corner as well. And then we'll just do the same thing over here on this side. We're now going to go around and add railings to our walkways and also our dock. But starting on either the left or right side where we have this overhang, we're going to head into it and we're going to add a thatch ceiling in front of it. And that'll then allow us to snap a wooden railing on top of the thatch ceiling so that we do not destroy the wooden double door frame we already placed. Go ahead and pick up your ceiling and you'll see everything remains, nothing got destroyed. So now go ahead around and start adding wooden railings all the way around the dock and the walkway. We're going to leave this next spot open on each side of our dock for a ladder to help us climb up from either side. But then go around the rest of it and add railings all the way around. Again, leave this next spot open and then continue around. We need to again use a thatch ceiling here so that we do not destroy our wooden double door frame. Leave this next spot at the front of our walkway open. That's going to be our entrance to our walkway. And then just continue around here with these last few until you reach where we started. Few more things to do here on the outside. So first, let's go ahead and add those ladders to each side of the openings on our dock. Then once you have those placed, we're going to get out some wooden catwalks. And here on the back, we're going to place 3 across the bottom level here. We'll place 3 more on the second level right here. And then we'll place 1 more here in the middle on this top level to give us a little more detail there on the back of our build. Head to the front of our build and we're going to add 1 more wooden catwalk just here on top in the middle right here. Now on the inside facing the back wall, we're going to add a wooden ladder down. Really doesn't matter where you place it. We're then going to use that wooden ladder by climbing on it and getting out a fireplace. This will allow us to place the fireplace perfectly straight. So just line this up with the center pillar so that it is just barely not sticking through the wall, like so. And then you can pick up your wooden ladder and we'll have our fireplace perfectly straight on the middle of our wall. Alright guys, that does it for the building portion. Now for the paint scheme, I am going to go with a combination of brown and mud on all of the wood. I'm just going to kind of mix it up. I think that'll give us kind of that swampy feel that we're going for, and I will add some decorations as well. So guys, hang with me for 1 second. I'll do the paint scheme, I'll do some decorating, and I'll show you what I come up with. Alright guys, so like I said, for the paint scheme, I went with the brown and the mud colors. I just kind of mixed them up on the build. I think it just makes the build a little bit darker, adds a little bit more pop to the build. It gives it a swampy feel. For decorations, I've added some torches on the pillars on the outside. I added a little campsite here. I've added some various storage around the outside of the build just to kind of clutter things up a little bit. We've got some fishing baskets, some storage chests, some vessels, just some random small pieces that kind of clutter up the outside a little bit and make it look a little more like a swamp hut. Here on the top floor of the inside, I've added some more storage clutter on the inside. I've added some seats, a table over here. I've added some stuff on top of our fireplace and a rug in front of it and another seat over here. But the big thing I like about the inside is if we head through the trapdoor down here, we actually have a legitimate base going on under here with all of our, initial low-level crafting stuff. We got our bed, a preserving bin, and tons of little storage bins down here, kind of tucked away hidden under what is a cosmetic build on the top up here. Before we end the video, guys, there is one thing I want to correct and apologize for. So at the front of our build where we have that sloped overhang at the very front, we built those pillars up 1 high. We were meant to build them up 2 high so that they connected with the sloped roof above them. So if you haven't already, guys, if you didn't catch it, just add 1 more pillar on each side so that they're 2 high and they reach the sloped roof above them. And again, guys, I apologize for missing that. But anyways, that is going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the build. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it was easy for you to follow along and get this build on your arc. Guys, if you did enjoy the video and you haven't already, please do me a favor and hit that like button. It helps my channel out a lot. Leave me some feedback in the comments below on what you think. And of course, guys, subscribe to the channel for future Arc Let's Build videos. Anyways, guys, I just once again want to tell you thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for checking out the video, and have a good day.